Rain poured down the windshield as Emily gripped the steering wheel, her knuckles white. Her small Pomeranian, Daisy, whimpered from the backseat. Emily's heart raced. She had to get home, had to protect her dog from that woman. As she pulled into the driveway, she spotted Karen standing on the porch, arms crossed. Emily leaped out of the car, Daisy bounding at her heels. "What did you do?" she shouted, rushing toward the older woman. Karen sneered. "Your mongrel got into my yard again. I told you to keep that thing under control." Daisy was just playing. She wouldn't hurt anyone. Emily's voice shook with panic. "That's where you're wrong." Karen's eyes narrowed. "I've had enough of your dog terrorizing my property." She bent down and Emily's blood ran cold as she saw a baseball bat in Karen's hands. "Don't you dare." Emily lunged forward, but Karen swung the bat, the blow landing squarely on Daisy's side. The Pomeranian yelped in pain and crumpled to the ground. Emily screamed, dropping to her knees beside Daisy. The small dog whimpered, her side bent at an unnatural angle. Emily's vision blurred with tears as she cradled Daisy, glaring up at Karen. "You monster. How could you do this?" Karen sneered. "I warned you to keep that mud off my lawn. This is your own fault." Struggling to her feet, Emily clutched Daisy protectively. "I'm calling the police. You're going to pay for this." "Go ahead." Karen's lips curled into a cruel smile. "But no one's going to believe your word against mine." Trembling, Emily fumbled for her phone, dialing 911. As she explained the situation to the operator, Karen watched, a smug expression on her face. When the police arrived minutes later, Karen greeted them calmly. "Officer, this young woman is making false accusations. Her dog got into my yard, and I was simply trying to scare it off." The officers eyed Daisy, the Pomeranian whimpering in Emily's arms. One of them frowned. "Ma'am, that injury looks pretty serious. We'll need to take the dog in for a veterinary evaluation." Karen's eyes widened, but she quickly recovered. "Of course, officers. I was only trying to protect my property." As the police led Daisy away, Emily glared at Karen, her heart racing. This was far from over. At the veterinary clinic, Emily paced the waiting room, clutching Daisy's leash. The receptionist had assured her the dog was stable, but she couldn't shake the image of Daisy crumpled on the ground, whimpering in pain. When the vet finally emerged, Emily rushed to her. "How is she? Is Daisy going to be okay?" The vet's expression was grave. "The injuries are quite severe. Daisy has a fractured leg and some internal bleeding. We'll need to keep her overnight for observation and surgery in the morning." Emily's heart sank. "But she'll recover, right? That woman won't get away with this." "The surgery should stabilize the leg, but Daisy is still in critical condition. As for the incident, we've already reported it to the authorities." The vet placed a reassuring hand on Emily's shoulder. "Try to stay positive. Daisy is strong. She has a good chance of pulling through." Nodding numbly, Emily followed the vet back to Daisy's kennel. The Pomeranian lifted her head weakly, letting out a small whimper. Tears welling in her eyes, Emily gently stroked Daisy's fur. "I'm so sorry, girl. But I promise, Karen is going to pay for what she did to you." The next morning, Emily paced the waiting room as Daisy underwent surgery. The procedure seemed to drag on for an eternity, but finally the vet emerged, a grave expression on her face. "How is she?" Emily asked, her voice trembling. "The surgery went well, but Daisy's condition is still very serious. The internal bleeding was more extensive than we'd hoped." The vet paused, meeting Emily's anxious gaze. "We're doing everything we can, but I'm afraid the prognosis is guarded at best." Emily felt the air leave her lungs. "No, she has to be okay. That woman can't get away with this." "I understand your anger, but right now, Daisy needs you to be strong for her," the vet said gently. "The next 24 hours will be critical. I'll come update you as soon as I can." As the vet hurried back to the operating room, Emily sank into a chair, burying her face in her hands. She couldn't lose Daisy. The Pomeranian was her best friend, her family, and Karen had nearly taken that away. Determination hardening her features, Emily lifted her head. She would make sure that woman paid for her cruelty, no matter what it took. Over the next several hours, Emily kept a vigil at the veterinary clinic, her eyes never leaving the door to Daisy's recovery room. Finally, the vet emerged, her expression cautiously optimistic. "Daisy is stable for now, but she's still in critical condition. The next 12 hours will be crucial." Emily exhaled shakily. "Can I see her?" The vet nodded. "Just be very gentle. She needs all the rest she can get." Pushing open the door, Emily approached Daisy's kennel. The Pomeranian lifted her head weakly, letting out a soft whimper. Emily's heart clenched at the sight of the bandages wrapped around Daisy's small frame. "Oh, Daisy," Emily murmured, carefully stroking the dog's fur. "I'm so sorry this happened to you." Daisy's tail wagged slightly, and Emily felt a surge of relief. As long as Daisy was fighting, she wouldn't give up either. Narrowing her eyes, Emily pulled out her phone and began scrolling through her contacts. It was time to call in reinforcements. Within an hour, Emily's brother, Jack, arrived at the veterinary clinic, his face etched with concern. "I came as soon as I got your message. How's Daisy doing?" he asked, placing a hand on Emily's shoulder. "The vet says she's stable for now, but—" Emily's voice trailed off, fresh tears welling in her eyes. Jack pulled her into a tight hug. "Hey, Daisy's a fighter. She's going to pull through this." Stepping back, Emily nodded resolutely. "I know. And Karen is going to pay it for what she did." Jack's brow furrowed. "Karen? Your neighbor?" "Yes. She attacked Daisy with a baseball bat. All because Daisy wandered into her yard." Emily's hands clenched into fists. "The police already know about it, but I need your help to make sure that woman doesn't get away with this." Jaw tightening, Jack nodded. "Whatever you need, Stus. No one messes with our family and gets away with it." With her brother by her side, Emily felt a new sense of determination. Karen had made a huge mistake in messing with Daisy, and now she was going to pay for it. Over the next few days, Emily and Jack worked tirelessly to build their case against Karen. They gathered witness statements, obtained security camera footage, and meticulously documented Daisy's injuries and treatment. Meanwhile, Daisy remained in the veterinary clinic, her condition slowly improving, but still touch and go. Emily spent every waking hour by her side, refusing to leave until she was certain her beloved Pomeranian would survive. Finally, a week after the attack, the police arrived at Karen's door with an arrest warrant. Emily and Jack watched from across the street as the officers cuffed the older woman and led her away. "She's getting charged with animal cruelty," one of the officers informed them. "The evidence you provided was crucial." Emily felt a wave of relief wash over her. "So she's going to be held accountable?" "Absolutely. The prosecutor is pursuing felony charges. Karen won't be getting off easy for what she did to your dog." As the police car disappeared down the street, Emily turned to Jack, tears streaming down her face. "Daisy's going to be okay. We did it." Jack pulled her into a hug, a proud smile on his face. "You bet we did. That woman had it coming." In the weeks that followed, Daisy's recovery progressed steadily. The Pomeranian's leg healed, and her spirit slowly returned as Emily showered her with love and attention. Meanwhile, Karen's case wound its way through the legal system. The security footage and witness statements proved damning, and the prosecutor refused to offer any plea deals. Emily and Jack testified, recounting the horrific attack in vivid detail. When the verdict was finally handed down, Karen was found guilty of felony animal cruelty. She was sentenced to 6 months in jail, as well as a lifetime ban on owning pets. As Emily watched the woman she had once feared being led away in handcuffs, a sense of profound relief and satisfaction washed over her. Karen would never be able to hurt Daisy or any other animal again. With Daisy curled up contentedly by her side, Emily smiled. Her loyal companion had survived the ordeal, and justice had been served. It had been a long, harrowing journey, but in the end, the power of love and determination had prevailed. Daisy was safe, and that was all that mattered.